This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. As we get it started tonight, top of the first. The Miners already threatening here. Sorry about the delay, everybody. Late bus ride, some Wi-Fi issues, but we are connected and we are live now. The Miners getting it started. Already a 1-0 lead. A double off the wall early on in this game. That one hit by Paleka Vila, the home run guy last night. As a sac fly would drive in a run, and now runners, just a runner on second base. As we continue here, Alex Vergara is up to bat. Oh, excuse me, that's going to be Alex Vergara, the left fielder, stepping in. A bit of a different lineup again here today. We see it resemble opening days a bit more as this one's flied into center field. Few steps in. Catch is going to be made there. The runner tags from second. He's going to stay put. As the Miners here already getting it started. A 5-5 tie was the final in this first matchup between the Bucs and the Miners. They will keep a runner on second base now, 2 away here in the top of the first. It'll bring up Carter Young, the center fielder. Batted second last night, now down to the 5-hole. Swings at the first pitch, hits it out to the first base bag. Pitcher called off. Play is made. That is out number 3. We will go to the bottom half, but the Miners get an early lead here. Don't go anywhere. You are watching Matsu Miners Baseball presented to you on YouTube. We join you in Mulcahy Municipal Stadium, bottom of the first now, the Anchorage Bucs and the Matsu Miners. This is Friday Night Baseball on YouTube. The Miners getting a run there in the first. The Bucs come up for the first time tonight. It'll be Cam Mcgee, the shortstop, set to get it started tonight. As Howie, a bit of an abbreviated open to our show this evening. We'll get a little bit more of a highlighted look at the keys to the game as the 0-1 is swung on, fouled off to the left side. It'll be 0-2, but just your first thoughts as we get into it.
Yeah, thanks so much, Trey, for getting everything set up. Again, we apologize for the delay, but an excellent first inning. First off for Matsu. Of course, they lead here 1-0.
As slow wind up the 0-2 is swung on and missed, a strikeout. As a high fastball that time, and a beautiful one. As that'll be the first out of the inning. Rhett Mccafferty on the mound tonight for the Miners, his first start of the season. Excited to see what he has in store, and a really nice strikeout pitch there.
Yeah, that was a great pitch by Rhett Mccafferty, the 6', 200-pound left-hander from Texas State University. Just got in with the team and making his presence felt early on.
Certainly doing so. We'll face a righty for the first time tonight. It's going to be Sean Maple, the left fielder. Some familiar names in this lineup, but some we're going to have to get used to tonight.
Yeah, the Bucs with a little bit of a different look in their lineup. We see Ricky Gadders at the bottom. Didn't see him on that opening game as that pitch misses high. But no, for the Miners, an excellent first inning. Just recap it real quick for you as Casey Sunseri had a base hit up the middle, a sharp single that got through. Blake Avila smashed the ball off the right field wall. Runners on second and third.
As the 2-0 is swung on and fouled off, it'll be 2-1.
Nick Sorelli came up next with 2 on and nobody out. Hit a shallow pop into center field that Garrett Anglem came on and caught. And it was really shallow, but Sunseri tagged and scored anyway. A fly out by Vergara and a ground out by Young into the inning. 1 run for the Miners.
Thank you very much, Howie. Catching us up in this game as the 2-1 is swung on and fouled off again here. It'll be 2-2 with 1 away and nobody on. Interesting setup here, Howie. No markers on the walls as far as distances go.
Yeah, that's the first thing I noticed when we got into Mcgee Field, the home of the Bucs and the Glacier Pilots, the 2 Anchorage teams here.
2-2, swing and a miss. And an excellent start here for Mccafferty. 2 strikeouts to get us started. And now 2 away with nobody on.
And would have certainly liked to get the distances on the wall from somebody, but we're in a little bit late and trying to scramble to set everything up, get the lineup cards in, and try to bring you baseball from Mcgee Field, which we are doing successfully right now.
Something like that, Howie. We're getting it going here as Mccafferty is as well. Nobody on, 2 away. He will now face Garrett Anglem, the center fielder. Pretty pitch that time, but I believe it missed. Now they're going to call it a strike. Excellent. Hit the inside corner, and it's 0-1.
Yeah, nice change up that time.
From the windup, the lefty delivers, and that one's fouled down the line. It'll be 0-2. Jumping really on these batters quickly, Howie, getting up in counts.
Yeah, Mccafferty wasting no time in a Miners uniform, as Mcgee Field also sports the turf infield, just like the Chinooks does. Grass outfield here in Anchorage.
Trying to finish him off, the 0-2. That one's going to miss high. Fastball. Tried to give him the high cheese there. Didn't work out.
Another interesting quirk here is me and Trey's angle is off kilter to the left, so we're sort of looking at the field down the first baseline.
Yeah. The angles you see here in the league. This one skied to center field. Seems like a can of corn, and it will be, as that one is hauled in by Carter Young for out number 3. A clean, smooth, quick first inning here for Rhett Mccafferty as the Miners lead it 1-0. We go to the second inning. This is Miners Baseball, brought to you on YouTube. Top of the second now, your score 1-0. The Miners lead the Anchorage Bucs as we get started here in the second inning. Peyton Stiers, the starting pitcher tonight for Anchorage, struggling there in the first, Howie.
Yeah, Miners jumped on him early, trying to improve to 4-0 here on the season.
As that one is going to miss away. Now 2-0 the count. From the windup, working quick. The 2-0 is swung on and hit well into center field. This is going to send Anglin back about 5 steps, but he's going to make the catch for out number 1.
Interesting look here on the infield at Mulcahy Stadium. As I mentioned, it's a turf infield, but it kind of looks like a rainbow, Trey, as you have the dirt coloring down the lines and then some reddish coloring around the bases, a striped pattern by the pitcher's mound, and then the traditional green behind that.
As the hitter now, Josh Pano, the shortstop. He swings at the first pitch, fouls it off. Yeah, Howie, a little bit unorthodox here. I don't know if it was late in phases, if there's been some adjustments made. Really, the infield looks nice there. You can see the stripes on your screen and the AstroTurf. As the 0-1 skips in the dirt, it's 1-1. Overall, though, a little bit different of a look here in Anchorage. Beautiful city.
Yeah, nice might be putting it kindly.
This pitch is going to miss away now. 2-1 the count. As we see another baseball game going on beyond us here in center field. A complex football stadium to our left. This one is going to miss as well. Now 3-1 the count. Pano slotted a bit down in the lineup tonight, making another start at shortstop. You love what he brings overall. Very steady player, very consistent. As the 3-1 swung on, skied right side. It's going to drift into the outfield. The second baseman, Grebeck, is going to give way to the right fielder, Ricky Cater, as that is caught for out number 2. A few flyouts here in the second inning. And quickly, we have 2 away with nobody on. Brandon Heidel back in the lineup tonight, back behind the plate. We saw him gun down a man there in Chugiak. The first pitch is going to get past, and it is a ball now, 1-0 on Heidel.
Yeah, Heidel has gunned down a couple of runners now this year, and Trey, that one that you're mentioning in Chugiak, that was just really impressive. Never even got out of his crouch, just launched it to third, got his man.
This one swung on, driven well to left field. This one is going to send Maple back. He's at the track, but makes a nice catch in front of the State Farm sign there, about 5 feet from the wall for out number 3. 3 flyouts here in the second inning for the Miners as they strand no one, score no one. They lead it 1-0. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, brought to you on YouTube. Don't go anywhere. The home Buccaneers coming to bat now in the second inning. They trail this game 1-0. The Miners with some first inning offense. and Rhett Mccafferty with some electricity there in the bottom of the first. He takes the mound again here in the second. He will face the designated hitter, Mitch Simon. He's going to look at a ball in the dirt. 1-0 the count. Miners in their road greens tonight. The gray pants, gold lid. McCafferty's 1-0. Swung on. Skied in the air, right center field. It's looping, and a long run is not going to end up with a catch there as Blake Avila slides. He is unable to catch it as the runner will round second. Simon slides in with a double there. Nice backup work by Carter Young to get it in and hold him to 2 bags. And a nice effort by Vergara as well, but it comes up short. And with nobody out, the Bucs will have a runner in scoring position. Bringing up the 6-hole hitter, Cody Grebeck.
Yeah, I think if Blake Avila, the right fielder, could have had a do-over on that one, he probably would have played it on a hop and not tried to slide in like that with a 1-0 lead early on. Try to prevent the extra base really there as Mitch Simon was able to take advantage and, of course, credited with a bloop double.
And he just kind of started hooking towards the line. Kept looping. And no catch made. Runner on second base. It is going to be Mason Marinko, rather, the righty. McCafferty's first pitch in the dirt, blocked up nicely by Heidel. Simon will stay put. Time called by Heidel. Really looked like almost jammed Simon there. Kind of got it off the hands. As well, we have a second, Howie. Why don't we take a look at the keys to the game tonight?
Yeah, Trey, our keys to the game presented by Napa. First things first, acclimate the fresh faces. Rhett Mccafferty in his first game, Blake Avila in his second game, and why not go dancing in the rain? It's just been raining so much. Miners have had 2 games suspended due to rain. They won both of them. It rained earlier today. Why not just embrace it and take advantage? Get the wins while you can.
I love it. 2 games at the hands of rain already this season. Both wins for the Miners. One on opening day, one this past evening. Some clouds in the distance. Let's hope it stays dry. The 1-0. Gonna miss high and away. 2-0. Somebody's not happy out there, Howie.
Yeah, we are certainly in the heart of downtown Anchorage. The hustle and bustle of the city can be heard right behind us.
The biggest city in Alaska. The city of Anchorage. And the 2-0. Swung on. Grounded out to second. New second baseman in there tonight. It's Casey Sunseri. He makes a nice throw on to first for the first out of the inning. That will advance the runner Simon to third. Now 1 away. That will bring up the 6-hole hitter, Cody Grebeck.
Of course, Trey, though, not the capital of Alaska.
No.
That would be Juneau over on the southeast side of the state. Population of about 30,000 people. Anchorage 10 times the size, but it's not how they decide capitals, of course.
No, typically not. As McCafferty now with a runner on third base. The first pitch grounded up the middle. Long run for the shortstop, Pano. He's going to throw it on to first, but a run will come in and tie this game. An RBI is picked up by Cody Grebeck as he grounds out. The run comes in, and we have a 1-1 game. Pano really, no decision there other than to get the easy out at first. The safe out. I don't want to call it easy.
Yeah, the Bucs able to manufacture a run there with back-to-back groundouts. When you get a runner on second, Trey, that's all you need to do. Put the ball in play a couple of times, and he'll come home. That's what Marinko and Grebeck did, and it's 1-1.
Middle of the lineup called on here, and they do achieve a tie, at least, as Dylan Fesperman will step in now, the first baseman. Another big bat here, another righty hitter to face the lefty McCafferty. The 1-0. That one's going to miss away now, 2-0. Leadoff doubles, as you said, Howie, can be deadly. The Bucs take advantage, but now 2 away. This one scolded down the third base line, but a foul ball just past the bag.
A lot of traffic off in the distance. Trey mentioned we're in a sports complex, football field off behind left. Another baseball game going on beyond the center field fence and a soccer field as well in right.
The 2-1 is going to miss inside now, 3-1. Cook Inlet, just down the road here. One of the prettiest parts of this beautiful metropolitan area. As the 3-1 swung on and kind of roped down the right field line. It's going to drift foul. It will stay in play, but one hops into the seats on a low line. Now 3-2.
Ton of seating here at Mcgee Field, and most of them not full from what Trey and I can tell. Miners have been drawing some great crowds at Herman Brothers Field. Had 700 plus again last night, over 1,100 on opening day.
The full count pitch now is fouled off into the netting. Yeah, really excellent crowds to this point in the season for the Miners. First time we're really getting a look into the dugout.
Yeah, of course. We'll be back at home on Sunday to face Chugiak once again. We hope you will join us on YouTube or at the ballpark.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Another strikeout here for Mccafferty, but not without allowing a run to tie this game. Anchorage, a leadoff double, couple of groundouts. It is 1-1, and we head to the top half of the third inning. This is Mat-Su Miners Baseball, presented to you on YouTube. This is the top of the third inning here. This is Mat-Su Miners Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the lineup now, Nathan Rose will step in for the Miners to lead it off here in the third. 1-1 now your scores. The Bucs tie it up in the bottom of the second. Rose takes the ball low to start it. There's the 1-0 on the way now. This one swung on, rope down the left field line, but it's going to stick up in the air just enough for Sean Maple, as he will make the catch for out number one. That ball was laced, Howie.
Yeah, that's back-to-back balls by the Miners that have been crushed out to left field, but Sean Maples had a beat on both of them, retired Heidel to end last inning, and robs Rose here of a hit to lead off the third.
Back to the top of the lineup now for the Miners. It'll be Casey Sunseri in a new role tonight, playing second base, playing in the infield for the first time this season. First pitch is going to be a ball high.
Yeah, truly a utility man is Casey Sunseri. We've seen him in right field. We've seen him in left field. He's now playing the infield. And you know he's going to swing a hot bat. He's already extended his 4-game hit streak to 5 as he fouls that one off to the right side. So a 5-game hit streak for Casey Sunseri. 7 for his first 17 with Mat-Su. 3 runs scored, a couple of RBIs, and right back at the top of the order here tonight against the Bucs.
I think he likes his role a lot at leadoff, as this pitch is going to be in there for a called strike. Now 1-2 the count.
Yeah, he seems to thrive in the leadoff role. It takes a certain kind of attitude to be able to do that. You're the first batter in the game, of the entire game, when you're on the road.
Yeah. This one is going to miss again. Now 2-2 the count.
And as the leadoff guy, you really just have to be able to step in and be ready for anything. Of course, when you're the second and third guy in the order, you get to see the pitcher at least a little bit from afar.
As that one's going to miss away again. Now running it full. No, it's a good point, Howie. I mean, it just changes things. Some guys feel more comfortable there. Some guys like the protection, like to be a little bit further down. And the roles in the lineup, so individual. The 3-2 swung on, popped up. This is going to be on the right side of the infield. It will drift into foul territory. Dylan Festerman, a long run towards the Miners dugout. He will make the catch. And that is out number 2 here in the third. Getting into the heart of the lineup. As the Miners started out very hot in this game, as you said, Howie.
Blake Avila starting to get really hot. He's only had 4 plate appearances for Mat-Su, but his last 2 have been a home run and now a double.
Yeah, just joined the team yesterday and already getting it going. Swings at the first pitch here, fouls it off. Left side, it's going to drift out of play, and almost a really nice catch down there by a fan. Does not come up with it. Has the glove on and everything.
Yeah, of course, if this would have been Herman Brothers Field, that catch would have been made. No. Nice try down there.
He's saying Miners fans have the best hands in the league, too. This one swung on, foul tipped into the mitt. It'll be 0-2.
Oh, absolutely. They're just known for their fielding. They built their field by hand back in the late 70s.
There's the 0-2 on the way. That one misses in. A curveball that time. It'll make it 1-2.
Big green scoreboard out in right center field, Mcgee Stadium, and big bold white letters on the top. Anchorage, Alaska underneath that.
The 1-2 swung on and skied down the left field line. A long run there for Maple. It will drift into foul territory. He slides and viciously into the fence. It's a foul ball. He does not come up with it. Dangerous play there, Howie. Good to see him get up. He is all right.
Yeah, I'm surprised Maple got up that quickly. Of course, that is out of your frame, but he took a full-on slide as if he was coming into the second base bag, went feet first into that fence, slammed the left side of his body into it, and was able to hop up and run right back to his position. So I guess he's all right. Little chain link fence down there.
Very spry Maple, of course, out of the continent island of Australia. The 2-2 is going to miss away now. I believe that made it 2-2. We have 2-2 on the scoreboard, although that went away. I do believe was the second ball of the at-bat. Avila really wasting no time last night. Hit the home run on the third pitch of that at-bat, and he's going to take called strike 3 here. That will end the inning. Just in the outside corner, enough, as it is out number 3. Avila, his second strikeout of the season. The Miners and the Bucs tied at 1 as we head to the bottom of the third. This is Mat-Su Miners Baseball, presented to you on YouTube. This is Mat-Su Miners Baseball, presented to you by Alaska Airlines. 1-1. We join you in the bottom of the third inning. Rhett Mccafferty, solid work here in the first 2. Just allowed a hit and a run as well. As his first pitch is going to be a called strike. Delivers it in there to the catcher, Max Ortega. His first at bat of the night.
Yeah, McCafferty's looked good so far. 3 strikeouts through 2 innings of work.
This one swung on, grounded to the right side. Sunseri with it on 2 hops, an easy throw to first, and the first out of the inning.
Finally, the reinforcements are starting to arrive, not only for the Miners, but for the rest of the Alaska Baseball League as the Division I collegiate tournament continues to thin out.
The 9-hole hitter, Ricky Gatter stepping in there.
Of course, we have Rhett Mccafferty with us now, Blake Avila, which we've highlighted, RJ Elmore, available out of the pen tonight from Grand Canyon.
The 0-1 now is going to miss high 1-1. Yeah, saw a few guys get in last night as Coach LeBron joking with us. He wanted them to play right away. Of course, Tillery, as you mentioned, Elmore, these guys just getting into town, so they were unable to do so as that one's a called strike. Now 1-2. But I think they were ready. I think they were open to the opportunity.
Yeah, I love that answer during our brief post-game show after an absolute deluge of a downpour at Herman Brothers Field. Had to scramble to save the equipment.
As that one's a fastball and misses high. It'll be 2-2.
And
one Gatter.
We're able to chat with LeBron momentarily after the game. And as Trey mentioned, he jokingly said, yeah, I told Avila he was going to be in there the day he got, into Alaska from the airport.
As that one is going to be strike 3 there. Another beautiful pitch. And another strikeout. Howie already 4 on the day for Mccafferty.
Yeah, an excellent job by Mccafferty. But he didn't put him in the day he got here, but he did the next day. But as you mentioned, Trey, I think he would have been ready. These guys get off the plane and they're ready to play more baseball. That's what they do for a living.
They certainly do. Spins one off there. Now back to the top of the lineup. The lefty shortstop, Cam Mcgee, who struck out in the first, is going to get hit by the pitch. Fastball runs in on him. Looked like it might have caught his elbow there. Thankfully, he does have the guard, and he will head down to first. A 2-out base runner here for the Bucs.
Paul Craddock, the acting field umpire again, will trot over from first to second base. Now that we're in the full swing of the Alaska Baseball League, just 2 umpires per game seems to be the norm.
Treated with 3 on the first few nights. Didn't know what we had at the time. No, these gentlemen do an excellent job. 3. Now 2 in this situation. The runner is picked off. Throw down to second. It's going to be a rundown, but it skips off the glove. Pano. Unfortunately for the Miners, that will mean a base runner on second. Now Cam Mcgee will stand up with ease. Looked like it was going to be a lot of fun there, Howie, if the rundown had continued, but unfortunately, the error will allow a free base with 2 outs here. Now runner in scoring position for the Bucs.
Yeah, error this time on Josh Pano, and got to chat about some interesting stolen base scoring quirks. That's actually going to be a caught stealing as well on Cam Mcgee, which is the result of the error on Josh Pano. So interesting, he gets the base, error on Pano, but a caught stealing for Cam Mcgee.
One of those little quirks as the first pitch. It's going to be a called strike in there to Sean Maple. He was another strikeout victim in the first inning.
And to cap off that point, Trey, guess who also gets credit for that caught stealing? Brandon Heidel, who had nothing to do with the play.
Didn't even touch the ball.
Yeah, isn't that funny? So Heidel adds another one of those to his stat sheet.
It looked like Pano just kind of tried to get it going a little bit too quickly. You got to have the ball before you throw it, but Mccafferty trying to get out of it. Another called strike now, 1 away from sending us to the 4th. Ortega was about right in the middle of those 2 bags, 45 feet away. That's the most math I'm going to do tonight, Howie. The 0-2. Swung on, skied in the air left field. It's going to be the shortstop, Pano, taking a few steps onto the turf. The green turf, that is, as he makes the catch for out number 3, the Miners. Will strand a runner at second. As this game is tied 1-1, we head to the 4th inning. This is Mat-Su Miners Baseball, presented to you by YouTube.
Back here at Mcgee Stadium. Sorry, Trey. In the top of the 4th inning. I jumped the gun on that handoff.
We're doing a duet here tonight,
Yeah,
Howard.
you did an excellent job in the first 3 innings. I'll take over here for the middle as Nick Sorelli steps in and awaits the first pitch, which is outside for ball 1.
One of the things we factor in here in our dual wielding of the commentary and the play-by-play. Excited to get this 4th inning started. Sorelli, not the former Major League catcher Francisco Sorelli. No, this is Nick Sorelli continuing to draw walks, continuing to look good. Howie, excited to see what he's got here tonight.
Yeah, 2-0 pitch coming from Steers. That's a called strike over the inside corner. Might have been stolen right there by Max Ortega. So far, Sorelli accounting for the only RBI of the game for the Miners that came back in the first inning, drove home Casey Sunseri on a weak fly ball to center field, 2-1. Stays high, ball 3. How about this, Trey? 8 walks for Nick Sorelli over 17 plate appearances now.
Man. Walk machine.
3-1 pitch. Outside, ball 4. The machine continues to turn. The cogs are a-moving. Walk number 9
Wow.
for Nick Sorelli in 18 plate appearances. Just, I mean, that's an unbelievable pace, folks.
And it's just so casual, too, Howie. I mean, it's not, a guy standing up there crouching low, having to really see the ball. He's just a natural at knowing when it's going to be a strike and when to lay off.
So Sorelli, the leadoff man, he's aboard here in the 4th as Alex Vergara digs in. First pitch. Called strike over the inside corner. Vergara didn't think much of that call from Connor Lindsay. He skied out to center field his first time up. Peyton Steers doing a pretty good job. Product of Parkland Community College, originally from Chicago, 0-1. Way outside as Ortega had to do his best effort to keep that one from rolling to the backstop and allowing Sorelli to take an extra base.
The further we get into this game, Howie, the more it feels like the Miners should be winning. I mean, they had such a great start.
1-1. Swung on and hit out of play out to the right side into the trees in the apartment complexes which sit to our right.
And, the one run for Anchorage was a double and 2 groundouts. It's been very solid baseball tonight so far for the Miners, but a tie nonetheless.
Yeah, and you have to give credit to Peyton Steers, who's done a good job getting back in the stirrups, so to speak, after allowing that run in the first. Pitch to Vergara, almost hit him, popped out of the glove of Ortega inside, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Before issuing the walk to Sorelli, Steers had set down 9 men in a row. 2-2 pitch to Vergara. Bounces up there.
How about this mustache we see Steers rocking tonight? I love it.
Yeah. He is rocking a nice
It's old school.
set of facial hair as he dons the Bucs jerseys, black with yellow lettering. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a pop-up. This one should get out of play. Ortega over to give it a peek, but it is about, well, I was going to say about 6 rows deep, but the rows run out at 4, so it's over those rows of seats and out of play.
Yeah, it's a really, like you said, Howie, a big ballpark when it comes to attendance size, and a really unique one, too. About 8-10 different areas, sections that you can sit in down either line, and behind the plate as well.
3-2. Swing and a ground ball up the middle. That's going to get through for a hit. Sorelli will stop at second, station to station for the Miners. 2 on, nobody out.
Yeah, that ball hit very cleanly, and, something you just absolutely love that Alex Vergara does. He just hits the ball true, hits it where it comes from, is never impatient, works at bats like you saw him do there, and just sent it right back where it came from.
Yeah, that's why head coach Tyler LeBrun has him in the leadoff spot, and a prime opportunity for Carter Young, who's been slid down the lineup just a bit as he is sliding early on, but 2 on and nobody out. Good opportunity for him. First pitch, shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes high for ball 1. Trey, the Miners have shown no problem with trying to get guys over and playing small ball early on.
No, they have not, and this is the strategy you need to follow. If you like baseball, you want to win baseball games, lay down a bunt if you have runners on first and second and nobody out, especially with a lefty hitter.
1-0 pitch to Young, not bunting this time, and takes down and in for ball 2. Had a chance to talk to Kyle Watson before the game in Chugiak about bunting, and he said, it just comes in waves. Nobody's bunting now at the highest level, but in 10 years, everybody will be bunting. So that is Watson's take on it, at least at the major league level. 2-0, shows bunt, pulls it back, ball 3.
I think he's exactly right. And, I think that's a lot of things about the game of baseball. You see certain things come and go, and, some things aren't going to come back, and some things are here to stay, but it really is a game of cycles. Bunting, aggressiveness on the base paths, and defensive alignments. Of course, rules will change some of that now, but
3-0. Outside, ball 4. Young stares at it and waits on Lindsey to call it a ball, and now the bases are going to be full of Miners here in the 4th with nobody out.
Yeah, a couple of walks here. Steers really showing control before this inning. Obviously struggling out of the gate, but settled down. You thought he was starting to get his rhythm a bit, as we will have a meeting on the mound here.
Yeah, he had set down 9 in a row, but of course the walk, the single, and now another walk will bring out the Bucs pitching coach Justin Mulvaney, who meets atop the hill with Ortega and Steers. Now Connor Lindsey will briskly walk out to the mound, right side of it, and take a peek at the conversation, make a big circle around it, come back up on the hill, and jog back to home plate. That was a bit of a banana route by Lindsey.
From what we've seen from the home plate umpire, Connor Lindsey, he, really isn't going to waste any time. He's hastily getting out there the second he deems it has been too long. I like it. Keep the game moving.
So here comes Steven Lancia, bases full of Miners in a 1-1 game, top of the 4th, as you listen to Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. Sorelli on 3rd, Vergara on 2nd, Young on 1st, Lancia the batter, first pitch. Called strike over the outside corner. Wasn't sure if Lindsey was going to raise his right fist up, but he did. Strike 1.
Lindsey last night, a bigger strike zone. Seeing it again tonight.
Lancia 5 for his first 13. 4-game hit streak. 0-1. Swing and a pop-up. That's not going to get the job done. On the infield should be
Wow.
out of play. Wow, that thing drifted for a while.
And how about that, Howie? I mean, you see the second baseman, Cody Grebeck, just kind of raise his hands up, looking at the first baseman, Felderspar there. He just kind of lost it, I think, up in the clouds. I don't think Grebeck ever lost it, but I think he assumed that Felderman was going to be able to get over.
Yeah, Fesperman not able to get over there as that ball was, about 10 yards into foul territory and hung up forever. 0-2 on Lancia. Swung on back to the mound. He's going to come to home for 1. The return throw to first in time. 1-2-3 double play. And the worst case scenario for the Miners unfolds here in the 4th. 2 down now.
That is the absolute worst case scenario. Maybe a triple play, but you get the runner at the plate. And you get the runner at first. At least you keep 2 runners in scoring position here. Now 2 away, but never ideal to hit a ball back to the pitcher in that situation.
Yeah, bases loaded, nobody out. Back to the mound is about as bad as it gets. So Josh Payne will try to pick his teammate up. Runner on second. 2 outs now. As this pitch is popped up out of play. Runners on second and third, excuse me.
And the pop-up probably should have been caught. You almost take that now, knowing what we know, and after a second chance, Steven Lancia is still unable to turn it around. But Lancia, one of these guys that just kind of strings hits together.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been excellent early on. 0-1 pitch to Pano. Drops in, but outside, as Steers wanted that one, didn't get it.
Pano as well, and we saw a fly out back in the second inning. Just missed that one. Base hit here. Do a lot for the cause.
1-1. Misses high. Brandon Heidel on deck. He lined out sharply to left field his last time up. He would love an opportunity to hit here in the 4th. 2-1. Called strike at the knees.
Yeah, we're really seeing Lindsey kind of give that strike on the outside half there and the low strike as well.
Deuces wild now for Josh Pano. 2 on, 2 out, and a 2-2 count. Swung on, back to the mound. Steers has that. A true throw will end the inning, and it does. We're through 3.5 at Mulcahy Stadium. It's a 1-1 game as you watch Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. Miners baseball on YouTube in a 1-1 game in the bottom of the fourth inning. Miners and Bucs here as Rhett Mccafferty is back to work on Garrett Anglim. Left on right. First pitch. Swung on and flared in between first and second. A base knock for Garrett Anglim to start the bottom of the fourth.
Yeah, that one just kind of poked out there. Perfect positioning by Anglim to sneak it through, and Sorelli kind of taking a step back toward the base to start it. Had to fight his momentum a bit, and a base hit.
Rhett Mccafferty able to work around a 2-out hit batter back in the third inning. Originally from Houston, Texas, where he went to Cy-Fair High School. Mitch Simon, the batter right now. He doubled and scored back in the second. Bucs only run to this point. First pitch to him. Over the outside corner for a called strike. 2 no-hitters and a perfect game at Cy-Fair High School for Rhett Mccafferty. Not too shabby. Anglim leads from first. Sorelli holds him on there. 0-1 instead to first. Mccafferty sort of forecasted that move as he stared down Anglim. And a bit of a soft toss over there, just letting him know that he knows he's there. Oh, 0-1. Outside.
I wonder if that's a philosophy thing here in Matsu. Going to be interested to pick James Dillard's brain about that. If they're kind of told first few innings, first few times, really give your worst move possible. Kind of throw him off at first.
Yeah, very large lead for Anglim at first now. Lefty stares straight at him. Had 9 swipes at Nebraska. Doesn't go. And the pitch drops in for ball 2. Mccafferty punches his glove on that one quite softly. Thought it was a strike. Not called. Mitch Simon, the batter. Cal Baptist University. Hit over 300 there. 941 OPS. Hit over 300 in 2021 as well. Great numbers for Mitch Simon. 2-1. Swing and a drive out to right field. That will chase Blake Avila back. A couple steps shy of the track. Makes the catch for out number 1.
That ball just kind of kept drifting on him, skied in the air, and I think at first he thought it was hit a little bit deeper than it was. It ends up carrying, like you said, Howie, about maybe 5 steps in front of the warning track, but some back pedals, a drop step, and an out.
Nice defensive work by Blake Avila. Mason Marinko, the batter now. Marinko grounded out to second, his first time up. 1-1 game. Bottom of the fourth inning here from Mulcahy Stadium. Another pickoff attempt here, and back with a dive is Anglim.
As you kind of see some cotton in the sky here, Howie, it's not coming from the ground.
First pitch to Marinko is chopped right back to Mccafferty. He's going to spin around, fire to second high, and Pano's foot comes down, not in time. That throw almost sailed into center field. A good job by Josh Pano to haul it in, but by the time gravity brought his cleats back toward the second base bag, Garrett Anglim slid in safely, and error on Mccafferty puts 2 on and 1 out.
And, we saw such clean defense all week from the Miners. 2 errors in this game already, and that'll put a runner in scoring position, less than 2 outs. See if they can clean it up.
Batter is Cody Grebeck. He has the lone RBI for the Bucs on a ground out to short. A couple of ground outs moved a runner from second to the plate. First pitch to him. Swing and a shot back up the middle. That is going to get past to diving Josh Pano. Here comes Anglim around third. They're going to wave him. He's going to score without a throw, and the Bucs take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, that ball, another true ground ball right up the middle. Hit hard enough to where I thought there might be a play at the plate. Probably a wise decision, though, for Carter Young to hold on to it. Keep the second runner in line there on second base. And keep this just to 1 run. If Mccafferty can figure it out here in the fourth.
Yeah, the turf infield kept that one moseying along as Pano made a diving effort up the middle. Couldn't get his glove to it. Young playing pretty deep. And no chance to throw out a speedy runner in Garrett Anglim. Batter now is Fesperman. Still runners on first and second. Still 1 out, but now the Bucs lead 2-1. Pitch to Fesperman. Swing and a ground ball back to Mccafferty. He'll try to make a good throw this time. He does, but a late cover to the second base bag and safe called. Wow. I thought Sunseri certainly got him there, as it was a late covering of the bag. I'm not sure if he knew if Pano was going to cover or if he was supposed to cover. Neither one did. And that's going to load the bases with one out.
Yeah, this is just becoming a melody of errors now. Is very similar play to what we saw just a couple of batters ago. Ball hit right back to McCafferty. Spins around glove side to try to make the double play. And that time, nobody at the bag. I think he was thrown off. Had to wait a second. His throw not quite as hard. And Sunseri was late, like you said, Howie. I don't even know if he would have had time on a hard throw to get to the bag. Just all kinds of errors going on for the Miners right now.
Yeah, and I like this here by the Miners pitching coach James Dillard, who's out to meet not only with McCafferty, but the entire infield, saying, hey guys, come on, pick it up. We haven't seen this from the Miners thus far on the year. Of course, this is our 5th game. We've completed 3 of them. They have won all 3, but some really sloppy play on the infield. The error by McCafferty on the high throw. That one scored a fielder's choice, and it will load the bases. Really a team error that time, as Max Ortega digs in. Grounded out to second. Back in the second. 6 man to hit in the inning pitch. Missed high.
Is the bases loaded now? The Miners have come back from some pretty big deficits if McCafferty is unable to get out of this inning, keeping it at 2-1.
1-0. There's a good pitch and a called strike. Yeah, the Miners have erased, I believe it is 4 deficits. Although they haven't been behind by more than 2 runs.
I think they were down 4-0 in the...
Oh, yeah, that's exactly right. My apologies. We're down 4-0 to the Bucs.
It's the comeback kids here, Howie.
1-1. Swung on, chopped softly. That's a foul ball down around the third base line. Yeah, they've done a good job, but of course trying to avoid the big inning here.
And this is kind of where you turn the momentum. If you can keep them off the board... All they need is a sac fly, ground ball to the right side. That would probably score another run. If you can keep it at 2-1, all of a sudden you gain that momentum right back.
McCafferty looking for his 5th strikeout. It would be quite timely here on Ortega with the bases full of Bucs. That one drops in for ball 2. Pretty good pitch, but stayed high apparently. Two and 2 the count now. McCafferty goes into the windup and brings it. Swung on and fouled off. Ortega late on that, but able to get some wood on it to stay alive.
Yeah, Ortega, really special player here. An excellent catcher, and we've seen the athleticism. He's going to make a few long runs in this game already on defense. At the plate, ground out in the third, but smooth swing here from the catcher.
2-2. Swung on, missed. Wicked breaking pitch. First base occupied, and a strikeout for Max Ortega. Big time by Rhett Mccafferty.
What an important strikeout in this game. And you talk about momentum for the team, and how about personally for Rhett Mccafferty? He's struggling. He has had some errors behind him. He made a poor throw of his own. Kind of reeling at this point. It is a 1-run game. That strikeout may be enough to kind of spin around the momentum in his own head.
Yeah, 1 out away from getting out of this big mess. Ricky Gatter, the last man in the way. Wind up in the pitch. That one drops in for a called strike. Yeah, all of a sudden, I think you see the demeanor change on McCafferty's face. He's working a little bit more quickly, stone-faced on the mound, and spun that thing right on in for strike number 1. A 1 pitch. Swinging a ground ball right back to him. He bobbles it, recovers, and underhand tosses to Nick Sorelli. 2 in the inning. So a bit of a circus show here in the 4th for the Miners defense, but they get out of it only allowing 1 run. We're off to the 5th. Bucs 2, Miners 1, as you're watching Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. Top of the 5th inning as the Bucs have just taken a 2-1 lead. Brandon Heidel, Nathan Rose, and Casey Sunseri set to take their hacks against Peyton Steers, who works into the 5th inning trying to qualify for the win for the Anchorage Bucs. Right-hander goes into his windup and deals to Heidel. First pitch, a ball inside.
Yes, seen some longevity again here. Anchorage obviously kind of playing into this strategy so far. These first two matchups, let the starter go a little bit.
Yeah, still quiet in both pins from what I can tell. 1-0 pitch. Downstairs 2-0. A little bit different for us, Trey. The bullpens are actually not down the lines for the first time all year for us, as they are off to the right and left of the fence, respectively. Miners down the first base side, Bucs down the third. 2-0. Outside corner for strike number 1. You might see some puffy whites flying across your screen. We certainly saw a lot of them on the way up. 2-1 pitch to Heidel is downstairs, ball 3. That's actually cotton flying around. They have a ton of it this time of year in Alaska, at least in these parts.
Yeah, 25 to 30 different species. It is quite the menace around here from what we've heard, Howie. As cotton begins around this time of the year.
3-1. Outside, ball 4. Leadoff walk for Heidel.
Nice walk there by Brandon to get it started. But, the cotton just kind of flies around everywhere. Didn't really know what that meant. We get in the vans today to drive down here to Anchorage, and all of a sudden it looked like it was snowing. There was cotton everywhere. Not too big quite yet, but certainly in the air at this point. And, this phenomenon, if you want to call it that, the cotton being produced via the cottonwood tree and flying around, is only possible up here in the northern hemisphere.
Nathan Rose, the batter, and he takes a called strike on the outside corner. Showed bunt, pulled it back, and took a called strike 1. Yeah, hearing some of the locals chat about it, the people that have seen it, kind of sounded like it was going to be an apocalypse or something, and maybe the worst is yet to come, but it has been definitely different, but nothing game-changing. 0-1. Bounces up there and gets away from Max Ortega. Brandon Heidel takes advantage of that and scampers down to second.
Yeah, they're quick growers too, apparently, and I'm not a botanist here, Howie. I'm not gonna get to, or arborist maybe is the right word there. There's some seagulls surrounding, flying overhead.
That's what I was about to say. You might not be an arborist or a botanist, but are you an ornithologist? As the seagulls stream in from the west, I believe, back behind us. Pitch to Nathan Rose is taken up and away for ball 2. A 2-1 count now. Brandon Heidel, the tying run on second base. 2-1 Bucs in the top of the 5th inning. Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube, presented by Alaska Airlines. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Way late on that heater was Nathan Rose.
What? A whatologist?
I think it's ornithologist. Don't quote me on that. I could be completely wrong. I think that is a purveyor of birds or something. 2-2. Swung on, hit hard up the middle, and off the shortstop's glove, Cam Mcgee. Brandon Heidel will stop at third, so Mcgee botches that. E6. Runners on first and third with nobody out.
Yeah, that one really sharply hit, and it kind of took a weird hop off the lip of the two different types of AstroTurf. As you can see it on your screen there, kind of faintly, but at second base there's a ring that surrounds it. Goes about 5 feet behind the bag. The ball hit right at the lip of that, kicked around, and now runners on the corners for the Miners.
Prime opportunity for Casey Sunseri to erase a deficit for the 5th time for the Miners this year. First pitch. Swing and a drive out to the right center field gap. That thing is going to get down. And Brandon Heidel's going to score. Here comes Rose to third. Watson's going to wave him. Late getting to the ball is Garrett Angum. He's going to throw it in. The throw's going to come to third. It's a 2 RBI triple for Casey Sunseri. And just like that, the Miners lead 3-2.
Absolutely perfect placement that time by Sunseri. Waited on it. Watched it go the opposite way into the right center field gap. And, for Sunseri, this is a spark he needed. He's been moved around a little bit these last few days. Had a pop out there in the third. Comes back. Had a base hit in the first, but that time really drove the ball. And picks up 2 massive RBIs. Give the Miners their first lead of the night.
Yeah, he absolutely split Anglum and Gatter. As Blake Avila will try to keep the line moving. First pitch. Outside corner and a called strike. Casey Sunseri picks up the first three-bagger of the year for the Mat-Su Miners, and they have erased their 5th deficit in as many games. They just refuse to quit. 0-1 to Avila. Outside.
And this is where it gets so much fun too, Howie. We don't really see any movement. Maybe some guys stretching down there, but this bullpen has been so dominant as well. You almost feel comfortable even with a 1-run lead at this point in the game.
Even count pitch to Avila. Swing and a pop. This one is going to be way out of play. And near our fan with the glove, but beyond them as well. Maybe they'll get one more crack at it later on. Leadoff walk started it to Brandon Heidel. Botched ball by Mcgee near the second base bag. An E6 triple by Sunseri. 1-1 pitch to Avila. Absolutely shattered his bat. That thing's going to be caught behind the second base bag by Cody Grebeck. No advance by Sunseri as Steers just blew up Blake Avila for out number 1.
And that's a lot of focus there by Fesperman to make that play. The bat really splitting in half the barrel of it. Probably traveled about 10 feet down the line, landed about 15 feet in front of him, but the depth perception probably makes it look like there's a huge chunk of spike wood coming right at you while you're looking up in the air. Still holds on and makes the play.
Yeah, that bat blew up right towards the right side of the infield, and as you mentioned, good concentration over there to make the play. Nick Sorelli, the batter, looking for his 3rd RBI of the year. As the first pitch to him is pumped over for strike 1. Already has 1 RBI in this game. That came in the first inning, sacrifice fly. Sunseri with those 2 RBIs a moment ago, up to 4 of them on the season. 0-1 to Sorelli. That's a pretty breaking pitch. It drops in for strike number 2.
How about that, Howie? A hit given there to Nathan Rose on the play by the shortstop. And you think about if that play is made, there's 1 out, there's a runner on third base, but
0-2. Swung on it, driven to left. That's going to get caught. Sinking liner by Sean Maple. Here comes Sunseri. He's going to tag. The throw to the plate is going to be up the line. Not in time. Good slide by Casey Sunseri. It's 2 sacrifice flies for Nick Sorelli in the game and a 4-2 lead for the Miners.
Yeah, Sunseri with a really nice slide there. The throw made it close. The catcher, Ortega, having to step out to his left just a bit. Almost made a really nice play to dive back at the runner and tag him out, but Sunseri slides low enough and right in line with home plate.
Yeah, you put the ball in play, good things happen. As Trey was trying to mention to us that ball by Nathan Rose up the middle, he was graciously awarded a hit on it. Trey and I, not the official scores for this game. We actually are at Herman Brothers as Alex Vergara digs in and takes the ball high. So Nathan Rose gets credited with a hit. He'll take it, as his run will be earned. 1-0 pitch to Vergara. Downstairs ball 2.
We talked to Coach last night after the rain out, and when he was talking about that lineup, one thing he said was he likes where Vergara is at right now.
2-0.
He thinks he's more comfortable down, maybe in the 4 slot. He just felt a lot of pressure in the 3 spot, having to be the guy in the first inning.
He's way ahead of Peyton Steers here. 3 balls, no strikes pitch. Taking all the way. And a called strike down and away. Vergara was getting ready to remove his elbow guard, but will have to restrap that baby and climb back into the right-handed batter's box with a 3-1 count. Miners have already scored 3 times here. 3-1. Swing and a shot to left. That's going to chase Sean Maple way back. Left center field gap. He slides. Did he hang on? He did. Excellent play by Sean Maple. By Sean Maples, 2 in the inning, but not before the Miners score 3 times. A walk by Heidel, hits by Rose, a triple by Sunseri, sacrifice fly by Nick Sorelli. We're off to the bottom of the 5th. It's the Miners 4, the Bucs 2. Mat-Su Miners Baseball on YouTube. Back here in the bottom of the fifth inning as the Miners have taken a 4-2 lead, scored 3 times in the top half of the fifth. Rhett Mccafferty back to work now. He could be in line for the win if he gets through this inning, as this pitch is slash foul by the top of the Bucs order and Cam Mcgee.
Yeah, Mccafferty really a great start tonight. One bad inning, if you want to call it that, and an excellent comeback effort in the fifth.
0-1, right back to us and off our window. My goodness. Trying to kill us in here is Cam Mcgee. Head coach Tyler LeBrun likes that one. We'll give him the thumbs up.
Cam Mcgee. The umpire giving us a wave there, too.
Yep.
How about it?
0-2 on Cam. Swung on and fouled back. This one just a little bit lower and off to our left.
I was going to say just painting the net now. He's really headhunting out here.
Yeah. Cam Mcgee gave a wry smile back our way. Glad we have some strong windows in front of us, Trey. 0-2 pitch. Almost hit him.
It just looked like it was coming up here in slow motion, Howie. I mean, if it had been an open window, I might not be with us anymore. I might be on the way to the local Anchorage hospitals. That ball was laced foul, and now you see Mccafferty get up again here early on in a count.
1-2, big swing and a miss, and a great pitch by Rhett Mccafferty. That's now 6 strikeouts for him. 1 away here in the fifth.
Yeah, kind of a funny exchange there after the strikeout. Brandon Heidel with the baseball. Mcgee had given up on it. It was a drop third strike. Heidel picked it up, tried to tag him out, but Mcgee just kind of shrugged it off. He said, no need. I'm just going to walk back to the dugout.
Oh, man. Batter now is Sean Maple from Adelaide, Australia. First pitch to him, tapped foul. He's actually, according to Baseball Reference, been in 1 game at the professional level in the Australian Baseball League. How about that?
A
1
former
inning.
pro.
Yeah, 1 inning on defense. Got an assist, did Sean Maple, according to Baseball Reference. That's pretty neat. 0-1. Stays high. Had one of his family members watching the other night. We appreciate everyone that tunes in, wherever you are, whenever you're doing it, to Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. 1-1 to Maple. Swinging a shot down the right field line, foul ball.
We were talking about it the other day. Adeline, probably an ideal spot, really Australia in general, ideal to watch collegiate baseball. You get it around, 11 a.m., noon?
Yeah, that's
Start
exactly
time?
right. Matinee game every day for them. Probably more fortunate than our folks on the East Coast who get a midnight game every night. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and banged off his own body foul.
Yeah, it's well into tomorrow at this point in the Outback. As Maple, I know, many supporters, some excellent catches in this game tonight.
1-2 pitch. Stays high, ball 2. Sean Maple from Adelaide, as I mentioned. That's in the southern part of Australia, and a city of about 1.3 million people, 5th largest in the country. 2-2. Outside in a full count now.
That's a place I would love to go see sometime. Australia, see the kangaroos, who I've heard are well more aggressive than advertised. The pretty beaches. Sydney.
3-2 pitch. Cut on, missed. Back-to-back strikeouts for Rhett Mccafferty. 7 in the game now as Maple is set down. He played for the Adelaide Bite. What do they say, Trey? Everything in Australia bites.
I love it.
Even the baseball team, apparently.
Yes.
As Rhett Mccafferty is looking for a breezy 5th inning. Garrett Anglam, the last roadblock in his way on that. Trying to qualify for the win. Still nobody throwing in the Miners' pen. First pitch to Anglam. Swung out and popped up over the Miners' dugout. Might be a chance for a fan, but it's just beyond the 4 rows of seats that sit right above the Miners' dugout.
This would be the first pitcher for the Miners this season to strike out a side, and he would do it against the top of the order if he could.
He almost did a 1 pitch. Big swing and a miss. He's now a strike away. He almost did back in the first inning against the top of the order as well. Got back-to-back strikeouts of Mcgee and Maple. Had Anglam right here in a 2-strike count before Anglam eventually succumbed via flyout to center field. Either way, Mccafferty and the Miners would take it. 0-2 pitch. Swing and a drive. That ball is drilled to left field pretty deep. Hooking towards the line, and an acrobatic catch by Alex Vergara over there. Looked like he took tumbling classes as he made that play too in the 5th. Wow, good job by Vergara, good job by McCafferty. We're through 5 complete at Mcgee Field. Miners 4, Bucs 2, Mat2 Miners Baseball on YouTube. Back here in the top of the 6th inning, Miners lead 4-2. Carter Young the batter, and he takes a called strike.
Jaden Tolliver onto the mound now for the Anchorage Bucs. First substitution we have seen in this game.
Takes over for Peyton Steers. 5 innings, 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 walks, and a strikeout. As this pitch is a called strike over the outside corner. Steers in line for the loss. A little bit of tough luck on a botch ball by Cam Mcgee behind it. But overall, good effort by Peyton to keep the Bucs in the game. Even count pitch to Young. Bounces up there.
Yeah, Tolliver, originally out of the state of Tennessee, Clarksville, in the northern part there. Not too far away from Nashville, near the Kentucky line.
Sports double ones on the front right side of his jersey. 2-1. Bounces up there. 3 balls and a strike now. Bucs with the yellow B plastered on their left breast. White pants. Black pinstripes for Anchorage. 3-1 the count now on Young. Miners scored 3 times in the 5th inning to erase another deficit. 3-1 pitch. Cut on, missed.
Yeah, the comeback kids at it again here tonight, and you know, you never lose faith with a group like this, but you kind of see them score all, in many different kinds of ways. You see them score picket fences, saw a big inning last night. Tonight, kind of the same.
3-2. That one bounces up there. Did he go? He did not. And now it'll be 3-2. Sorry, that was a 2-2 count. Trey, you may not be an ornithologist, but how about that big bird out beyond the center field fence? As our good friends at Alaska Airlines brought us in, the views on the flight, almost indescribable.
I mean, it's
3-2. That will be ball 4 to Carter Young.
it's really hard to explain how amazing these views are. It's islands and islands of mountains and snow-covered mountains and, tropical-looking islands even. No palm trees, of course, but just beautiful scenery all the way around. We had different sides of the plane, Howie. I know you saw more of the mainland. I was looking more to the ocean side of things, but you just cannot go wrong flying into this beautiful city.
Yeah, just stunning. Steven Lancia, the batter, first pitch. Bounces up there. Had a chance to chat with Kyle Watson about that as well, and he said, man, I kept trying to look down at my phone, play something, do something. He's like, I just couldn't. I had to keep looking out the window for the entire 4 or 5 hour flight, whatever it may be, from the west coast of the lower 48. 1-0 to Lancia, runner goes, great jump, pitch swung on and missed. There won't even be a throw. Wow, great job by Carter Young to swipe his second bag of the season.
Yeah, and a nice effort there by Lancia as well to protect him. Really swung and kind of leaned his weight over the plate there. It's allowed, and just kind of taking advantage, allowing his runner to move up.
Yeah, 1-1 pitch here to Lancia. Cut on, missed. Got to be careful with that, Trey, though. Last night, Steven Lancia was the man called out on interfering with the catcher when a runner went. He stood too much and too far in front of the plate, might have clipped him, and he was called out immediately. Runner sent back. In yesterday's contest, had 3 different interference calls. That was a sight to behold. Check of the runner. Once, now twice. 1-2 pitch. Swung on and fouled back.
Tolliver out of Austin P. State University. There in the heart of Tennessee. 5'9", 165, a senior.
Crouches low. Now stands straight up. Checks the runner a couple times and brings a 1-2. Runner breaks for third, and this pitch is fouled off. Another great jump by Carter Young. Lancia had to fight it off, though, with 2 strikes. It appears that Young has the book on Tolliver. He's going first move.
Yeah, no kidding, and really got a great jump there. Lancia protecting him the first time around the swing. Trying to do so again, unfortunately, fouls it off.
Modest lead this time. Tolliver looks at him, not going, 1-2, way high. Young able to get a lead about as wide as the Pacific Ocean, which you can see out the window on your flight up to Alaska, as Cody Grebeck and Cam Mcgee aren't paying much attention to him, the middle infielders. Grebeck, the closest man to him, the second baseman, but he's well off the bag. Extends the lead, not going. Pitch swung on, missed, fastball right on by. Lancia the first out of the 6th inning.
Yeah, really beautiful ocean. The Pacific, the biggest ocean, from what they tell me, how you are the scientist here on the broadcast, but just a lot to offer out there. The biggest waves. Wanted to just kind of drop down on one of those islands, spend some time there. Remembered how cold the waters, the surrounding area might be. That changes your mind a little bit, but ultimately beautiful.
Josh Pano, the batter, first pitch. Swung on and hit high in the air, right field. That'll chase Gatter back near the track, and he can't make the play. That ball bounces off the track and into the wall. Pano on his way to second. Runner had to hold up from second, and he is going to stop at third. Wow, Carter Young thought that ball was going to be caught by Ricky Gatter, and so he's only able to advance 1 base on the double.
Yeah, just a really weird baseball there. That one skied in the air. Thought it was going to be a little bit too high to drift that deep, but it just kept drifting. You got to wonder if there's a wind. Really no flags to tell us exactly how the wind is blowing. I see a bush out in center field kind of blowing all over the place. I think it just started swirling around and just kind of kept drifting on him.
Another RBI chance for Brandon Heidel. First pitch to him. Gets through the 5-hole. Here comes Carter Young from third. He's going to score, and it's now 5-2 Miners.
Yeah, the Bucs, certainly with their struggles the other night in blocking the baseball, it was Dylan Maltby. But tonight, Ortega has been pretty solid. That one's costly, though, as it expands the lead here, now 3 runs.
Yeah, that was hockey style right through the wickets of Max Ortega. Scores Young. Pano down to third. Miners extend their lead to 3. Brandon Heidel, the batter. As the Miners look to win 4 in a row, Trey, trying to go 4-0.
Yeah, how about this start?
1-0. That one's low and gobbled up by Ortega.
And correct me if I'm wrong, Howie, I think all comeback wins. I guess last night's did go down 6-0.
Yeah,
besides
besides last night's win, all of them come back 2-0. And even the game that is suspended right after the bottom of the ninth inning, that one will be picked up on June 20th. Against these Bucs, it's 5-5 heading into the 10th. Miners trailed 4-0 in that one, so every game a comeback besides one. 2-1. Outside ball 3. If Heidel can reach, Nathan Rose will come to the plate with at least one man aboard.
Yeah, some action now in the Miners bullpen as well. Looks like Michael Yates getting loose down there.
3-1 pitch. Swing and a pop-up foul. Yeah, Yates is a traditional bullpen arm. Miners forced to use him early on in that starter role. Yates doesn't care. He'll get the ball anytime and go compete with it. But more traditionally a reliever, so looks like we'll see Michael Yates at some point in this one as he continues to warm. 3-2 pitch. Swing and a ground ball out to second. Cody Grebeck has that. Will look the runner back to third and throw out Heidel for out number 2. Infield was about halfway there and were in enough to keep Josh Pano from scoring on the ground ball.
I still thought they might try it there. Pano, not a crazy lead down at third base, but enough to where a ground ball to the right side I thought would score and make it 6-2, but probably a wise decision there to hold it up.
Yeah, so he hangs on at third. 2 outs now for Nathan Rose in a 5-2 game. He takes low for ball 1.
You can hear the seagulls now.
Yeah, that's exactly right. So they're trying to get some ballpark food in them.
You almost forget how close you are to the water here in Anchorage with all the mountains.
1-0. Downstairs 2-0. Yeah, the trip about 45 minutes to the southwest of Palmer down the Glen Highway across the Knik River. And in you come to downtown Anchorage. Population of about 300,000 people, 2-0. Bounces up there. This time Ortega slides to his right and gets the body in front. 3 balls and no strikes. You go a little bit further south, Cook's Inlet. And, of course, eventually the Gulf of Alaska.
Isn't that insane, Howie, that
3-0. Ball 4. Non-competitive at bat between Jaden Tolliver and Nathan Rose. And now runners on the corners with 2 outs.
really lost in there? And look at this. You're going to see the shortstopper, can't really tell where they're coming from. I believe it's actually the second baseman, Cody Grebeck, coming in. He calls a meeting at the mound here. You rarely see this. Waves in Ortega, brings together the tandem to give them some advice. I don't know if that's maybe signs or defensive alignment. Needs to get Ortega up to speed, but calls the meeting himself there. A little bit different.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. Grebeck attends Baylor University. Originally from Midland, Texas, and he's a leader right there. Top of the order again for the Miners and Casey Sunseri. Corners, 2 outs in a 5-2 game. Pitch. Inside. Sunseri basically just laying the bat on his shoulder, begging Jaden Tolliver to throw a strike, and until he does, he's not going to swing it. Leadoff walk started this rally for Matsu. 1-0. Almost hit him. Wow. Tolliver's suddenly very wild. He's walked 2 men in the inning. He's given up the double to Josh Pano on an awkward route by Ricky Gatter in right field. He struck out Lancia, and he's got Heidel to bound out to second. (2-0). Nowhere close.
Yeah, Sunseri's really, early on in this season, shown a good eye as well. He's been asked to hit in this leadoff role, and when you do that, you just have to find a way to get on base any way you can. We've seen base hits. The walk's coming now, too.
3-0 pitch. Ball 4. 8 straight balls by Jaden Tolliver, and he doesn't have help coming anytime soon as the Bucs just got somebody up recently. He was trying to warm his arm up in a hurry, threw off the hooded jacket, and another meeting on the mound here as an arm continues to loosen down the left field line.
Yeah, we'll get you that name here. It is Ryan Delgado from Cal Baptist University getting warm down there as we do see a meeting at the mound. The entire infield coming in on this one. Delgado would be a bit of a change. 6'1", 200, still a righty. If you were to get the call. Looks like some time will be bought, and We'll reset here with the bases loaded, 2 away.
Yeah, head coach Tyler LeBrun was out with Blake Avila, who's going to dig in with the bases loaded. Miners with a chance to break it open right here. Pano on third. Rose on second. Sunseri on first. They already lead it 5-2. Blake Avila up there. He's already homered and doubled in his first 2 games with the Miners. Tolliver brings the first pitch. And that one gets through the 5-hole. Runner will come home from third. That is Josh Pano. Everybody else moves up, and Jaden Tolliver is not having a good time on the hill right now.
No, he's not. His battery mate Ortega not having much fun either. 2 passed balls in the inning. And now 2 runs in on him, 6-2.
Miners really pouring it on here in the 6th inning. Second and third, 1-0. That one bounces up there. Man, Jaden Tolliver has just lost all command of the strike zone. He's missed with 10 pitches in a row. Most of them haven't even been close, to be frank with you. About half of them have bounced. 2-0 pitch to Avila. That one is low. You almost worry that Jaden Tolliver could be potentially injured or tweaked here. I mean, don't want to make excuses for him, but, I mean, these pitches are nowhere near.
Maybe mentally tweaked. You see him kind of shaking his head there, just frustrated.
3-0. Ball 4 low. Wow, 12 straight misses by Jaden Tolliver. Bases loaded again, and now it's going to be Nick Sorelli's turn as a Bucs coach runs down the left field line. They're trying to get Delgado warm as quickly as possible, but you can only go so fast.
Tolliver just kind of stepping off there, looking up to the sky, asking for some help.
Pitch to Sorelli. Way high. 13 straight misses by Jaden Tolliver.
And Avila in that last at-bat, too, just kind of showing you how confident he is, how far the momentum is swung, keeping his bat on the shoulder the entire time, not even offering.
1-0 pitch to Sorelli. There's a strike, a miracle. Jaden Tolliver throws one right down the middle for strike 1 to Nick Sorelli.
Just kind of sarcastically shrugs it off there, takes a step back.
1-1. Up and away. Rose on third. Sunseri on second. Avila on first. Nick Sorelli at the dish. Couple of sacrifice flies for him in this one and a walk. 2-1. High. Ball 3. You know Nick Sorelli is not scared to take a walk, especially with somebody this wild. Already has 9 of them somehow on the season. Folks, we're in game 5 officially. 3-1. Inside. Ball 4.
Called strike.
Wow. That thing, I guess, caught the inside corner, said Connor Lindsay. Sorelli sort of nods his head and gets back in there. Now a 3-2 count. Bases loaded, 2 outs. And it'll be a head start for all the base runners. Full count pitch. Runners go. Pitch is swung on and missed. Oh, no. Sorelli got a piece of it. Just enough to stay alive. Jaden Tolliver doesn't realize it yet. But it's a foul ball.
Yeah, I think that last pitch was a ball, but Sorelli kind of showing up the umpire a bit, takes a few steps out before he makes his call, and, gets called a strike there. I think Sorelli realizes that, though, kind of pats on his chest, takes responsibility, just gets a piece of it, and we'll do the 3-2 again.
3-2 pitch. Runners go. And that one is certainly inside. Almost hit Sorelli's jersey. He does have his 10th walk. Give him his 3rd RBI of the game. And give the Miners a 7-2 lead.
Got to be the night here for Tolliver as the infield is going to come in. Meeting at the mound, Delgado. Getting ready to come into this ball game. Really very difficult night for Jaden Tolliver.
Yeah, Tolliver just did not have it. 4 walks in a row will end his rotten night as he leaves the mound. Some parting words with his head coach, Ken Hokuff. Not sure what that is all about as he slowly stalks off the field. And it will be the right-hander, Ryan Delgado, who trots in slowly from left field.
We're in the top of the 6th right now, Howie. At one point in the top of the 5th, it was 2-1 Bucs. The Miners lead it 7-2 now. They've busted this game wide open. And now Delgado coming in to try to clean it up.
Yeah, it's turned out to be an excellent night for the Miners, who have a 5-run lead. They're about to send their 9th man to the plate in the 6th inning, and a chance to really put the hurting on Anchorage.
And this is where you kind of have to pour it on as you get a lead, 2-3 runs. You feel comfortable But you got to keep the foot on the gas. You load the bases. Now get a run walked in. A base hit here would bust this thing wide open. Probably do the Bucs in.
We saw Ryan Delgado in that game that is currently suspended. He started for Anchorage, went 4+ innings, 6 hits, 4 runs, 1 of them earned, 2 walks, 5 strikeouts for Ryan Delgado. We'll take a quick peek and see if he faced Alex Vergara. He did. 2 times, struck him out, both times swinging. So Delgado has Vergara's number thus far. He'll face him again here with the bases full of Miners momentarily after the warm-up tosses are complete.
Yeah, just a tough effort out there for Tolliver, but that's what summer baseball is about, getting in those situations, getting to stretch it out a little bit. Didn't see Tolliver in the last game against the Miners, assuming he hasn't had the chance to pitch too much this summer. Probably didn't get much of an opportunity this past season at Austin Peay.
Yeah, the current line for Tolliver, not good. 2/3 of an inning, 1 hit, 5 walks, 1 strikeout. He's already given up 3 runs, and all 3 men on the bases right now. His responsibility, so it could get a lot more ugly if Alex Vergara can come through against Ryan Delgado, who tries to slam the door on the Miners' 6th inning. They've already scored 3 times, and they lead 7-2 here with the bases loaded and 2 outs. Delgado ready to go, so is Vergara. First pitch of the at-bat. Misses low, ball 1.
Our good friend Mike joining the show tonight. Joining the chat at least is he's talking about the kangaroos. How he's telling us they are delicious. Thank you again, Mark, for the salmon that we got to indulge in the other day. Hopefully we get the chance to try kangaroo at some point.
1-0 to Vergara. Skips up there 2-0. Yeah, one piece of advice that our friend Mark gave us, our computer tech guy over at Herman Brothers Field, does an excellent job, was if anybody in Alaska gives you anything to eat it. Don't ask any questions. 2-0. Swung on and grounded foul past third.
I think it's a good way to live. I mean, so many unique foods in this state. So many different things that you don't really get a savor if you're down in the lower 48. Even the clam chowder, I was a non-believer before I got up here to Alaska. Sensational. I see you shaking your head there, Howie. I'm sorry. I didn't know.
Yeah, I can't believe that you had never had a good bowl of clam chowder until you were here. 2-1. Called strike over the outside corner. I mean, come on, man.
Kind of weird. I don't know.
Clam chowder?
I've always been a little bit creeped out by clams. The shellfish in general. I like shrimp. Crabs are good. Lobster. Yeah. Clams. That's when we get a little crazy.
2-2. Outside. Did he go? No check. And a 3-2 count now on Vergara. Runner on third is Sunseri. He walked. Avila on second. He walked. Sorelli on first. Guess what? He walked. All thanks to Jaden Tolliver, who couldn't find the strike zone.
A sequence of 13 consecutive balls in that stretch.
Yeah, unbelievable. Runners will get another head start. Here they go. 3-2. Outside corner. Strike 3 called to end the top of the 6th, but a very productive 6th inning for the Miners. They send 9 men to the plate. They walk 5 times, score 3. We're off to the bottom of the 6th. Miners 7, Bucs 2, and Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. Bottom of the 6th, and a 7-2 lead for the Mat-Su Miners. Game marches on here at Mcgee Stadium. Rhett Mccafferty is out of the game. He's qualified for the win as the Miners have a 5-run lead. He went 5 innings, allowed 3 hits, 2 runs, 1 of them earned, hit a batter, and struck out 7 men. He looks sharp, and his season debut for Mat-Su gives way to Michael Yates, who squares off with Mitch Simon and delivers a pitch that is swung on and missed for strike 1.
Yatesy, our boy back in the game. We saw him start the other night, as you said, Howie. More of a traditional reliever. Comes in and gets it started the right way.
Ahead 0-1 on Simon. He's doubled and scored. Flew out to right. So far, Mitch Simon, 0-1. Almost hit him. 1-1 the count now. Yeah, Yates started. A little bit of an up and down start for him. He'd be the first to say. 3 innings, 5 hits, 3 runs. A walk and 2 strikeouts, all things considered. Not bad for Michael Yates. 1-1. Darts downstairs for ball number 2.
You want to talk about mentality guys on the team. Leaders, guys that truly are the heart and soul. It's Michael Yates. I mean, this guy always keeping a positive attitude.
2-1 pitch is bounced foul.
Always just trying to pitch in. That's the biggest thing I've noticed about a lot of these players. A lot of these pitchers, specifically, they just want to win. They don't care about strikeouts. They don't necessarily care about the numbers as much. They want to help these Miners get a victory. Michael Yates, a prime example of it.
Even count here on Simon. 2-2 pitch. Fouled away. From Canadensis, Pennsylvania. It's fastball, slider, changeup, and a spiked curveball for Michael Yates. That's the arsenal, 89 to 91 miles an hour on his fastball. Likes to use the slider primarily to strike guys out. And he says he's a ground ball guy, you know, pitches to contact. He'll strike out guys occasionally, but wants to make the hitters put the ball in play. 2-2. I think tried to bring a slider in there, but kind of lost the handle on it. Skipped up there in a full count.
Canadensis over there near the Poconos, if you're familiar. Pocono Raceway, the triangular track.
Yates went to Pocono Mountain East High School in Swiftwater. 3-2. Swung on and flared out to right center field. That's going to drop in for a hit. Leadoff single for Mitch Simon.
Simon just finding the Bermuda Triangle there. Not great contact. Kind of hit it off the end of the bat, but finds open grass. And that's all he needed.
Yeah, it almost sounded like a broken bat there for Simon. You know, Trey, I'd rather hear that sound than the deathly crash we heard a few innings ago on a foul ball by one of the Bucs batters. My goodness. I'm glad we have reinforced windows here at Mcgee Stadium as Mason Marinko digs in and takes a called strike. That ball probably with an exit velocity back towards us, at least 90 some odd miles an hour, and Trey headed right for your head if there wasn't a window in the way.
Well, you think we joke. I mean, you can't see it too particularly well in here, but the window only going about maybe 5 feet across. And
0-1 pitch.
You know, we trust the infrastructure here at Mcgee Stadium, but pretty particular spot to hit when you're not expecting it.
Yeah, got away from Connor Lindsay. The entire first base dugout of the Miners thought it was pretty amusing. Tried to give head coach Tyler LeBrun the thumbs up. He was just looking at us like we did something wrong.
Probably did somehow.
1-1 to Marinko. Down and away for ball 2. Hey, I'm just glad we're on the air right now.
I know it. This was a struggle to get it going tonight. We thank everybody for joining us. Delay included. But hey, the Miners up again here, 7-2, trying to cruise to their 4th victory of the season.
Sorelli holds a runner on first in a 2-1 count. Pitch to Marinko. Swinging a high pop. Shallow right field. Avila in. Sorelli out. He'll give way to the right fielder who makes the catch for out number 1.
The salmon was good. You know, Howie, I found it a bit surprising that we are eating seafood the other day, both having shrimp, pasta, and you ended up turning away the shrimp because it was fried. You were an Alabama native at heart, and I know you're a lover of seafood. Those two things seemed like a perfect combo, but instead I ended up eating those shrimp.
Yeah, Trey, that's exactly right. As Cody Grebeck digs in, Mitch Simon leads off first. And first the pitch to Grebeck. I promise I'm not dodging the question. Which is outside for ball 1, and that skips away from Heidel. Runner Simon will move up to second base. No, it's just, when I'm in a place like the great state of Alaska with the water so close, I just want a fresh shrimp, a nice grilled shrimp, blackened shrimp. No need to fry it. I mean, it's kind of a guise, in my opinion, for, maybe not the best shrimp. And that's not to say that the shrimp wasn't good, but it just seems like a cover job to me. Give me the shrimp out of its shell, especially if it's good.
No, I think that's the better way to do it as well, especially up here in Alaska. Just surprising, amusing.
1-0 pitch to Grebeck is a called strike over the outside corner, and a 1-1 count. You know what? Maybe I'll come around if one day I'm with the Jumbo Shrimp, the minor league team. Maybe I'll come around to some fried shrimp.
It's some good shrimp to Jacksonville on the East Coast. We're out here on the West Coast, but all the same.
1-1. Swung on and grounded out to second. Casey Sunseri in on that. And his short flip to Sorelli is in plenty of time for out number 2.
Although Bubba Gump might tell you differently, as I come to think of it, the movie Forrest Gump, there's about 150 different ways you can do shrimp. I know it does differ by region. But not expecting the fried shrimp up here in Alaska.
I'm really surprised you didn't pull your best Bubba Gump impersonation out right there. It was a prime opportunity. Nonetheless, we'll try again next time. Dylan Fesperman, the batter. Man on third in a 7-2 game here in the 6th. Having some fun at Mcgee Stadium as Fesperman grounds that one to third. Gobbled up by Nathan Rose. His throw is true. And Michael Yates is in and out of the 6th inning without much trouble. We're through 6 complete. It's the Miners 7. And the Bucs 2 as you watch Mat2 Miners Baseball on YouTube. Back here at Mcgee Stadium, top of the 7th inning. 3 more innings to go here. Miners lead the Bucs 7-2. And to take you home, it's our main guy, Trey Yannity.
Thank you very much, Howie. The 7th inning is brought to you by Napa Auto Parts, the official broadcast partner of the Mat2 Miners. And it'll be Carter Young stepping in to get us started here in the 7th. He is going to swing and foul the first pitch away. Now 0-1 the count.
Yeah, he started that big rally in the 6th inning as 9 men came to the plate. He was one of 5 walks in the frame.
Is the 0-1? Is going to miss slow. Now 1-1. Delgado called on here for the Bucs. After some struggles, a 3-run 6th, a 3-run 5th. And now the 1-1. Swung on and driven high and deep in the air to right center field. This one is going to send Anglem back. He is not going to get there. It rolls to the track. Young pacing around second. He's headed for third. He is going to be in there. Stand up. Slides anyways. It is a triple. And the Miners, with a leadoff base runner, their second triple of the night, looking to add on to this 7-2 lead here in the 7th.
Yeah, how about that, Trey? No triples coming into tonight. And now 2 of them. One by Sunseri in the 5th. Collected 2 RBIs with that. And now Carter Young here to lead off the 7th.
Young with a big round around second base there. Thought he might lose his footing for a minute.
Yeah, gotta be careful on the turf.
Quick center fielder at third. As the first pitch to Steven Lancia is a called strike. Lancia with the unfortunate luck of grounding into a 1-2-3 double play back earlier in the fourth. The 0-1. Gonna miss away now, 1-1.
Just another game that the Miners are cruising in, huh?
Yeah, they've been rolling here for a couple innings now. As that one's gonna miss inside 2-1, and that's the thing about this team. There's never any panic. There's never any stress or haste. Even when they're winning, you don't lose the focus either. It's a very even keel, consistent, and at this point, winning ball club. First baseman in, the 2-1. Swung on and roped up the middle. That's a base hit. And that will bring in the 8th run of this game for the Miners. As the hitting streak continues, Steven Lancia driving in a run here in the 7th. That's Carter Young after his triple. And the Miners lead at 8-2 here in Anchorage.
Yeah, the 2 longest hitting streaks on the team. And the 2 longest hitting streaks possible for Steven Lancia and Casey Sunseri, now up to 5 games as they both collected hits in all the games thus far.
And I'll bring up Josh Pano now. Trying to get a streak of his own started. He's flown out and grounded out in this game. He's got a runner on first, nobody out. The first pitch, a bender, misses high. Lancia, just a freshman this past year. You love the potential. Ball just rockets off the bat. As this one swung on, rolled to the left side. It's a deep play, and it's not going to be made by Cam Mcgee in the hole. The shortstop doesn't come up with it. Now runners on first and second for the Miners.
Yeah, that was a tough play by Cam Mcgee, and likely a single this time by Josh Pano. As even if Mcgee gets to that ball with the slide, I don't know who he's going to throw out.
Was there a second error on the board, Howie? There are 2 now for Anchorage.
I don't think so. So maybe score
Wow,
an error
that's
again.
tough luck
tough
there.
luck.
Man, for Cam Mcgee. I'll bring up Brandon Heidel now, runners on first and second. The first pitch, a fastball. Called strike, hits the outside corner. One of those plays where you're ranging, and even with a throw, it might not be enough. Miners will take it. They're trying to add on to a 6-run lead. The 0-1 now to Heidel. He's going to miss high. 1-1 the count. Rain holding off to this point in the game.
Yeah, Miners trying to finish their second game the normal way.
The 1-1 misses away, is blocked up nicely that time by Max Ortega, keeping the runners where they stand. And you know, we've seen some different looks from this Bucs team so far, but overall, maybe not the look they wanted tonight. Down 8-2 here in the 7th. The 2-1 swung on, popped up out of play. It'll be 2-2. As you said, Howie, 4-0 in that first game at one point.
Yeah, the Bucs so far on the year, 1-1, in danger of falling, of course, to 1-2 if they happen to drop this one. They beat the Glacier Pilots 1-0 a couple nights ago. Got walloped by them last night, 13-5. Of course, both of those games at Mulcahy Stadium. Those 2 teams share this ballpark, and they flip who's the home team, which ultimately just comes down to who bats last.
From the stretch, the 2-2. Poked at it, lines it foul. Has some fans there kind of shying away from making the catch. Some grief being given as well.
Yeah, you got to make that play. Me and Trey were ready to make that play as soon as the ball came through the window earlier, I'll tell you that.
Hey, maybe speak for yourself, Howie. I was caught dead. I'm not going to lie there. I froze. I didn't know what to do.
You just pray that the window doesn't break, I think.
2-2, swung on, rolled to the left side again. It's the third baseman, Marino, with it. Has to make a low throw onto second, and a relay onto first is enough. A double play there for the Bucs to get 2 quick outs. A runner advances to third. That play awkward for Mason Marino, as he did have to deal with a base runner that time. Steven Lancia running in between the bags, kind of ducks, makes a hard play for Marino, but a nice turn that time by the second baseman, Cody Grebeck. And it was picked off the ground by Dylan Fesperman.
But Trey, wouldn't you think that would be odd to share a home ballpark with someone?
Yeah, it's a little different. You see it with certain high school football teams around the country. Is the first pitch is swung on by Nathan Rose and driven to right field. Long run and a diving play is made by Ricky Gatter to close out the inning here in the 7th. The Miners get a run. They outlead them 7-4 in the hit category, now 8-2 in the one that matters. 2 errors a pop. We go to the bottom of the 7th. This is Mat-Su Miners Baseball, presented to you on YouTube. It is the bottom of the 7th. Your score 8-2. The Mat-Su Miners lead the Anchorage Bucs in this rivalry game. We join you on this Friday night, Trey Yennedy and Howie Boxley, taking you through the final third. And a new pitcher into the game for the Miners, R.J. Elmore, replacing Michael Yates. One scoreless inning for the reliever Yates. Elmore, out of Grand Canyon University, the right-handed pitcher, 6'5", 185, just 19 years old, originally from Mesa, Arizona. Attended Red Mountain High School. Talked to him about the state of Arizona today. Said he doesn't love the heat, but overall, it is a beautiful place to live. He's now going to get a pitch in a pretty beautiful place as well here in Alaska. Excited to see what Elmore has for this Anchorage Bucs squad.
Pinch hitter for the Bucs, it's going to be Dylan Maltby, who takes over for Ortega.
First pitch to Maltby is swung on and fouled off. As, now that I think about it, Howie, I think we might have seen a defensive substitution in the previous half inning. I believe Maltby was in there for Ortega.
Yeah, you might be right.
As the 0-1 is going to miss away. I wasn't quite sure. You see the back strap kind of cover up those numbers sometimes. Didn't want to speak too soon, but indeed, we do see the catcher from matchup number 1, Dylan Maltby, step in. The 1-1 misses high, fastball that time from Elmore. How about Michael Yates coming in, getting the job done efficiently, quickly?
Yeah, an excellent inning of work by Michael Yates. Nice tune-up inning, as he will likely be in that relief role.
Check swing. He did, and it'll be 2-2.
And Elmore looks sharp here early on. He's just really excited to pitch in a place as pretty as Alaska. As you mentioned, he is from Tyler LeBrun's neck of the woods, head coach for the Miners, Arizona area.
2-2. That's called strike 3. Batter knew it. The catcher, Heidel, instantly hops up, gets that one down to third base. And it's the first out of the inning. Yeah, funny conversation between Elmore and the head skipper, Tyler LeBrun. Kind of battling it out verbally on which part of Arizona is truly the best part of Arizona. Or rather, which one is better out of their 2 hometowns. As we get through this Anchorage Bucs lineup, It's going to be Ricky Gatter. Stepping in, the 9-hole hitter.
Made an excellent play to close out last half inning as he takes a cold strike.
It'll make it 1-1. A couple of fastballs to get the at-bat started. They kind of dove at the end of that play there, had to get full extension. Now trying to get his team back into it. The 1-1 inside, it misses. 2-1 the count. This game just kind of slipping away from the Anchorage Bucs tonight. They led it 1-0. They tied it 1-0, and then were able to take a 2-1 lead over the Miners going into the fifth as Gatter thought about it. He lays off now 3-1 the count. But the Miners thundered back. They had a 3-run fifth, a 3-run sixth, tacked on one there in the seventh, and have busted it wide open. This one is swung on, fouled off of the shin. That one hurts. And it will run the count full. Never fun, never easy. Ricky Gatter going to take his time here. No shin guard either for him. Back into the box. Righty-lefty matchup. The 3-2. Swung on, hits it out to third. It's going to be Rose with it. Collects, throws to first. And it is in time. A nice scoop there by Sorelli at first base. A bit of a low throw by Rose, but enough for the second out of the inning here. Back to the top of the lineup now, Cam Mcgee, the shortstop. 2 strikeouts on the night. He was hit by a pitch. In between them, he bats now, nobody on and 2 outs. Elmore working quick. The first pitch is going to be a called strike. Nice bender in there to start him out 0-1. From the windup, the 0-1. In the dirt, it'll be 1-1 here on Mcgee. Crowd dwindling here at Mulcahy Stadium. The Miners trying to get through the 7th as that curveball is going to miss. Now 2-1 the count. Elmore, sports management major, has an antelope there in Grand Canyon. As his 2-1 is swung on, hit back up the middle. Pano charges in on it. He's going to have to throw on the run. A high throw and a nice one is in time for out number 3 as the Miners and R.J. Elmore record 3 consecutive outs and get through the 7th. They lead at 8-2. This is Mat-Su Miners Baseball presented to you on YouTube. Don't go anywhere, anybody. We'll have the 8th inning coming up for you next. The Anchorage Bucs unloading the bench here as we get into the 8th inning. The Miners lead it 8-2 as some defensive substitutions. Howie, what do we got now?
Yeah, so out in the field, from left to right in the outfield, it's still Sean Maple, Garrett Anglem. Zach Jenkins takes over in right field.
Casey Sunseri steps in. The first pitch is a called strike.
He's in for Ricky Gatter. Reed Brock in to play third for Mason Marinko. And Dylan Maltby in at catcher.
The 0-1 from Jelkin is going to be a foul ball now. 0-2.
Yeah, Jackson Jelkin, formerly at Nebraska, takes over for Ryan Delgado.
Saw Jelkin the other night as his 0-2 fouled out of play.
Yeah, Jelkin did an excellent job the other night. Took over after Ryan Delgado, just like he's doing in this game. Except he was the second pitcher out on the 7th of June. 4 innings, 1 hit, no runs, 4 walks, and a strikeout for Jelkin. Tall righty. Pretty good against the Miners.
The 0-2 again. That's going to be called strike 3. As pretty subtle call there from the head official, Lindsay, but it is out number 1 as a low curveball will get the best of Casey Sunseri.
Yeah, things certainly unwinding here at Mulcahy Field. Bucks unloading the bench a little bit. Just everybody getting a little bit lackadaisical, including us, as we apologize, trying to get those replacements as quickly as we can.
As it'll be the 2-hole hitter, Blake Avila. Checks his swing, appeal, and they're going to say he did. It's 0-1.
Zach Jenkins actually pinch hit for Gatter back in the 7th inning, bottom of the 7th.
As that 0-1 is a called strike, it'll be 0-2 here quickly on Blake Avila.
So we apologize for not getting that information out as quickly as we should have.
The 0-2. Check swing. And the appeal, he did not.
Yeah, so funny with 2 umpires. Paul Craddock over at first, like I mentioned the other night. He gets appealed to. He says, man, I don't know. Left-handed hitter up there, I can't see that. I'm down the first base line.
As you saw Lindsay try to look down to third as the 1-2 is swung on and missed. It's going to be called a foul ball, actually. He's got a piece of it. Avila stays alive, nods his head. Going to reset and try to battle here down 0-2, or 1-2 rather. Ball snuck in there. And, you know, Lindsay looking down to third. Having a 3-umpire crew really does make the difference as the 1-2 is swung on a miss. That is a strikeout. The second of the inning. Now 2 away quickly, but these guys certainly making do here with just the 2-man crew doing an excellent job as well.
Yeah, they are. Connor Lindsay, Paul Craddock, seen them the last 2 nights. Man, they have done an excellent job officiating on some strange plays against the Chinooks last night.
As it'll be Nick Sorelli, the lefty first baseman, standing in. He's going to take a ball.
How about that 3 interference called? 1 catcher's interference, 1 a base runner's interference.
As this pitch is swung on, driven to center field. It'll send back Anglem. Now he's going to have to run in on it and makes a shoestring catch for out number 3. Quick inning here as the Bucs go 1-2-3. The Miners go 1-2-3 rather as the Bucs get them down. But the Miners lead at 8-2 as we head to the bottom of the 8th inning. You are listening to Matsu Miners Baseball presented to you on YouTube. RJ Elmore remains on the mound for the Miners as we get set for the bottom of the 8th inning. Matsu leads at 8-2 over the Anchorage Bucs. Curveball to start it. Here in the 8th is Sean Maple.
Yeah, Elmore with an interesting arm slot, kind of whips that thing side-armed in.
The 1-0 is going to be called strike one. Yeah, kind of dropping that slot down a little bit.
Yeah, probably a tough angle for the right-handed hitters like Sean Maple to see.
The 1-1 gets a piece of it. It'll be 1-2, foul ball.
Seems like a pitch that would be hard to pick up until it's right up on you, like that one was on Maple, who was barely able to get a piece of it.
The 1-2. Swung on, pokes it out to short. Pano with the running throw again. And another low one, but scooped out of the dirt by Nick Sorelli. And the first out of the inning. What a combo there. Josh Pano to Nick Sorelli, both having to make some athletic plays throughout the early going of this season. Both executing at nearly 1,000%, and it's one out here in the 8th.
Yeah, doesn't Pano make that play look easy? That's not in a prototypical play, ranging to his right, little hop, skip, and a jump, and just a perfect throw to Nick Sorelli most of the time.
I think he prefers it as Anglem steps in and fouls off the first pitch. It'll be 0-1.
5 outs away are the Miners from improving to 4-0 on the year.
Elmore from the windup. The 0-1 is low. It's going to be 1-1. You wonder if Elmore gets sent back out there for the 9th. We just saw 1 inning for Michael Yates.
Yeah, if Elmore does get sent back out for the 9th, he could pick up his first save of the year.
The 1-1 swung on, hit right back to Elmore. It bounces off his glove. He loses it. It's going to drop down on the mound. He will not have enough time to recover. And it'll be a 1-out base runner in Garrett Anglem.
Of course, a couple ways to get a save in the game of baseball. The more traditional one is to come on in a 3-run game or less and get the win for your team, or come on with the tying run at the plate, which of course would be a bases loaded situation in a 4-run game. The other way is to pitch 3 innings and it doesn't matter what the score is. Kind of crazy scoring.
This one swung on and driven to left field and driven well. A laying out attempt that time by the left fielder, Alex Vergara. Not enough as this will advance the runners. Just a runner to third base as it's a long single that time. Really nice effort by Vergara. Almost made the play. Ends up catching on the short hop, getting it in. And now with 1 away, a runner 90 feet out and a runner at first base.
Yeah, it was a good job by Vergara to somehow body block that thing on an awkward dive. We saw a cartwheel from Vergara earlier in the game, which was interesting. He was over near the line, and as you mentioned during the break, it was almost as if he was trying to haul it in like a wide receiver in the NFL. You don't have to catch it in fair territory, Alex.
As we get the chance now to see Reed Brock, the new third baseman in this game, replacing Mason Marinko. Takes the ball now 1-0. The pitch. He's going to lay off. That one misses inside. 2-0 the count. There was so many substitutions in this game. You wonder if the Miners begin to do some things defensively in the 9th pickoff attempt.
Yeah, well, the thing for
The first pitch is going to miss low. Fesperman, one of the bigger hitters on this team. Is, we talked about 8-5, how we one swing here and all of a sudden it's 8-6 and a whole new ball game. Elmore, after his visit with Dillard, still unable to make a correction as we see another ball there. Now 2-0 Heidel taking a few steps out there, giving him some words of encouragement.
Yeah, just one of those attaboy walks as Nate Rolka tries to get ready quickly down the right field line.
Kind of filling into that starter role so far this season. Closer role is Rolka. As that one's a called strike. Nice bounce back there by Elmore. Now 2-1 the count.
Yeah, James Dillard down there supervising. Of course, if the Bucs can make it really close, you'd probably see Cole Townsend who's already picked up a save on the season.
The 2-1 on the way from Elmore. Thought about it. He's going to lay off. It's a foul ball. Kind of gave him a quarter swing there. Looks like it might have caught just a piece of the bat. It'll be 2-2. There's 2 outs and the bases loaded here in the bottom of the 8th inning. Your score 8-2, and the Miners trying to get out of it here unscathed. They need just 4 outs to win this game, and it would be a big one here in Fesperman to get out of the inning. The 2-2 swung on and roped down the left field line. Will it stay fair? It will not. A foul ball that time, just barely, Howie. Hold your breath.
Yeah, that thing missed the chalk by a foot or two. Interesting, our broadcast angle here, we have a wall sort of separating our left center field to the rest of the field and our view to the right, so it's hard to see down the third base line. We both craned our necks to look out this secondary window, and off the bat, I thought Fesperman had just roped a base-clearing double into the corner, missed the chalk by about a foot.
Yeah, you kind of get to open the box a little bit with our perspective. Didn't see the hook originally, and then we look on the other side of this window. That ball looking a bit more foul, and we'll do the 2-2 again. Runners reset. Elmore from the stretch, the pitch. Swung on, hit down the left field line again. Another foul ball. Another dangerous swing. But we'll see another 2-2 pitch.
Yeah, Fesperman getting his timing down on R.J. Elmore. If he can pull that thing inside the bag, Miners could be in a little bit of trouble here in the 8th.
No doubt about it. The Miners trying to keep this winning streak going. They've cruised in this game so far, but they need one big out here in the 8th to nearly close the door on the Bucs. The 2-2. Just got a piece of it. He'll stay alive again. You know, you begin to wonder, what is the kryptonite of this Miners team? It's not a lack of early offense. Can't be pitching. Hard to find any flaws to this point. The 2-2. In the dirt, blocked up nicely by Heidel. The runners will stay, and they will now get an early jump as this count runs full.
Yeah, it's hard to tell until Matsu loses a game, as it just sort of feels like they're going to win at this point until they don't. I mean, they've already won 3 in a row, on the verge of 4, as they deal with some adversity here in the 8th inning, and another full count pitch with the bases full of Bucs.
The 3-2. From the stretch is Elmore. The pitch, the runners go. It is another foul ball, and a battle continues here between Dylan Fesperman and R.J. Elmore.
Yeah, we saw some 3-2 counts with the sacks full of Miners in the 6th inning. So the Bucs turning the tables here in the 8th. Bucs had the bases loaded in the 4th inning. Left them stranded. Miners also had the bases loaded in the 4th inning. Tons of base runners here in this one.
And a lot of scoring, too. Now 10 combined runs. The 3-2 again. Swung on and driven up the middle. Ranging play this time for the second baseman. And he's going to make the throw. How about that? Casey Sunseri, an unnatural second baseman, ranges and makes a nice play to get the Miners out of it here. They strand the bases loaded, and they lead it 8-2 as we go to the 9th inning. This is Matsu Miners Baseball, presented to you on YouTube. The first of the ninth is the Miners lead at 8-2 here. This is Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube. And Howie, I know you're excited about a fun weekend with the family and friends. We'll make it happen by being safe on the road. Designated sober driver, slow down. We want you to arrive alive. This message is brought to you by the Alaska Highway Safety Office. The first pitch is swung on, and it is fouled away. It'll be 0-1. We see Jelkin remain in the game here for Anchorage.
Yeah, Jackson Jelkin continues on here. He's looked excellent versus the Miners. We've seen him pitch now 5 innings against us through 2 games, and he's done very well on the hill.
Alex Vergara, the left fielder, down 0-1, swings at this one, skies it to center field as it's hooking towards right field. Now a long run for Anglem. He is going to make the catch. Helmet flies off for Vergara as he rounds first base, and a nice play for out number 1.
Miners trying to wrap this one up and send us to our first off day, which will be tomorrow the 11th, and then we will be in Chugiak on Sunday to play the Chinooks.
Back to the beautiful Lee Jordan Field. Carter Young steps in. The first pitch from Jelkin is going to miss a bit upstairs. Curveball. Make it 1-0.
First look at the Oilers will be Monday, Peninsula. And then at home against Chugiak on Tuesday.
1-0 swung on, fouled off to the left side. It'll be 1-1.
Of course, all games broadcast right here. Matsu Miners Baseball on YouTube.
Excited to see the Oilers from Kenai off to a good start. 1-1. Of course, their start much later than the rest of the league.
Yeah, it is an interesting deal for the Oilers. 4 hours away in Kenai. They forced to play a lot of double headers.
2-1 is going to be a called strike now. 2-2. Understandably so, as they have to make that long drive up here.
Yeah, and really make the most of their season when they come up here. They'll face these Bucs right here 2 times tomorrow night. Doubleheader against Anchorage at Mcgee Field.
2-2 swung on, roped out to second. Grebeck gathers, high throw into first. Reeled in, and it's out number 2. Little hop skip there by Fesperman. And quickly 2 up, 2 down here for the Miners in the ninth.
So it'll be exciting to get the Oilers season underway, and then you really feel like the Alaska Baseball League has kicked off with all 5 teams having a game or 2 under their belt after tomorrow night.
From the windup, it's Jelkin. First pitch to Steven Lancia is a called strike. It'll be 0-1. Nate Roca still getting loose down there in the pen. Assumed to see him in the ninth. That one misses inside now. 1-1 the count. The pitch is swung on a missed. Now 1-2. 2 errors for either side tonight. Been a sloppy game we saw it the first time around between these two. As the 1-2 is going to miss. I guess that's a rivalry game, though. Tensions, bit higher the emotions. Coming into play. 2 outs, nobody on. The 2-2. Swung on and roped down the left field line. Will this one stay fair? It will as it drops in the natural grass there. Rolls to the corner. Lancia around first is going to stand up at second base with a 2-out double here in the ninth. 2 hits on the night now for Steven Lancia.
Yeah, Lancia wasting no time making up for that 1-2-3 double play he banged into with the bases full of Miners and nobody out. Also struck out, but now he's got an RBI single and a double. And his 7th hit of the season for Matsu.
In a meeting at the mound now. Between Dylan Maltby and the pitcher, Jelkin.
Josh Pano also suddenly hot for the Miners. A double and a single in his last 2 trips to the plate.
Let's see if he can keep it going here. He's got a runner in scoring position. Gonna assume this is his final at bat of the night. Trying to end it on a high note. 2 outs, runner on second. Here's the first pitch to Pano. Swing and a miss.
Right on by with that heater by Jelkin.
Fastball working so far. As these Bucs have kept the Miners off the board since the 7th inning. The 0-1. Skips in the dirt. Blocked up. There's the runner will take third. And the Miners have another. Just 90 feet away. And an even count 1-1 on Josh Pano. Nice dirt ball read there by Lancia.
Yeah, he did a good job to take off as soon as the ball hit the turf. Turf ball read.
The 1-1. Fastball misses high now, 2-1. Ball moving a bit quicker on the turf. Saw it the other night in Chugiak. Seen it again tonight. From the stretch, the 2-1 from Jackson Jelkin. Swung on, hit it high in the air to left field. This will send Maple to his left. Camps under it and makes the catch for out number 3, the Miners. Unable to cash in on the runner that they get to third base, but they lead this one healthily, 8-2 as we go to the bottom of the ninth. 3 outs and another Miners victory. Stay tuned. This is Matsu Miners Baseball presented to you on YouTube. The Matsu Miners looking for 3 outs to close this one. In Anchorage tonight, they lead at 8-2. Bottom of the ninth. Coming up here, it's Nate Rolka into the ball game for the Miners. His second appearance of the season. Looked good in his first one, as he is quite familiar with these here Buccaneers.
Yeah, that he is, Trey, as he pitched on the 7th against the Buccos. Went 2 innings, no hits, no runs, 2 walks, 3 strikeouts. He looked sharp against Anchorage. Closed out that game, or didn't close out that game as it was suspended after the 9th inning, but pitched the 8th and 9th innings for the Miners.
Trying to close it out in this one. As he goes from the stretch, the first pitch. Swing and a miss. Dylan Maltby, who did start in game number 1 against the Miners. Coming in catching relief tonight. To fill in for Max Ortega. He's down 0-1. That one misses away. Now 1-1 the count. True closer here, the righty, Nate Rolka. High velocity. Doesn't throw too many pitches, but they're very effective. Now the 1-1. Swing and a miss. Might have been a changeup that time. You love just the switch in speeds that Rolka provides.
Yeah, you have to have at least a couple of pitches, of course. And that was a good off-speed pitch that time by Nate Rolka. Pretty standard delivery for the right-hander. Stares in, comes set, and comes over the top with it.
Now the 1-2. He's going to miss away. Tried the curveball there.
Maybe just a bit of sidearm whip action from Rolka, but mostly over the top.
The 2-2. Misses away now 3-2.
Really interesting there as you see Rolka come with the fastball. I wonder if Maltby and the other hitters can pick up on that as his arm angle comes up a little bit when he throws the fastball as opposed to trying to spin something.
It certainly does. The 3-2 now is going to miss just a bit inside. A leadoff walk here for Dylan Maltby. In his second at bat of the evening, put a runner on first base with nobody out for the Bucs in the bottom of the ninth. It'll be Zach Jenkins now. Another defensive replacement in this game. Placing Ricky Gatter in right field. He now steps in, and the first pitch is going to miss away 1-0. Rolka looking back the runner. Now coming set, the 1-0. It is going to be called strike one. Catches that outside corner. Rolka, a high confidence guy.
Yeah, he really is. He stands tall on the mound and tries to bring it to the hitters. Mostly fastball, as you mentioned.
From the stretch, the 1-1. That one's going to miss away. Goes back to the fastball there.
Miners trying to capitalize on two big innings, a 3-run fifth and a 3-run sixth, have done the Bucs in to this point. Jaden Tolliver was quite wild, gave up 5 walks as the Miners sent 9 to the plate in the sixth and scored 3 times.
The 2-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. 2-2. Gets the patented point from Brandon Heidel.
Seen a couple of triples in this game. Casey Sunseri with a 2 RBI triple. Carter Young with a triple. 10 total hits for the Miners.
The 2-2 on the way. Swing and a miss. Big strikeout here for Nate Rolka. And 1 away in the ninth. 2 to go here, Howie, is the Matsu Miners try to close out their rivals, the Anchorage Bucs, and looks like we have a new hitter into the game as well here. It's going to be Alex Champagne. Another young man we got to see the other night. Anything they can do here in the ninth to try to stay in this game?
Yeah, he certainly can't fault the effort. As the scorebook adds some more black ink.
That one's going to miss away a ball. It'll be 1-0. The Champagne of baseball players would probably be my go-to nickname if I was a teammate. The 1-0. That's called strike one. Fastball hits the outside corner, and it's even. The 1-1 now. Swung on, fouled away. Rolka not keeping too many tabs over there on Dylan Maltby at first base. Sorelli not holding him on. Just need 2 outs here with a 6-run lead in the ninth. No need to worry about sunshine here in this matchup with the Bucs. Stadium lights. One of the features at Mulcahy Stadium. Don't think we're going to need him, though, Howie, as the 1-2 is swung on and rolled out to second base. Sunseri on to Pano at short. Thought about it at first, but is going to hold on to it. No double play, but a forced out. Fielder's choice. That one scored 4-6. And now 2 away here in the ninth. The Bucs down to their final out.
Yeah, a bit of a risky decision that time by Casey Sunseri to try to get the runner out at second on a close play. You lead by 6 and just need 2 more outs. I would prefer for Sunseri to just throw on to first there and get the sure out. But worked out nonetheless.
Now just a runner at first base and 2 away. The Miners trying to get their 4th win of this season. As that one's going to miss a bit outside. Sean Maple. The Australian in for his 5th at bat of the night. Faces the 1-0. Fouls this one off. It'll be 1-1.
Well, I'm glad somebody punished Cam Mcgee for trying to take our heads off as Alex Champagne just pinch hit for him last at bat. Almost killed us about 5 innings ago.
Yeah, just looking out for us up here, Howie. Thank you to the Anchorage organization for that. Now the 1-1 on the way. Swing and a miss. A high fastball. Gets him to bite. And now the Bucs down to their final strike of the evening. Something special going on here in Matsu, Howie.
Looking for win number 4.
Rolka. The 1-2. Swing and a miss. And the Miners will get the victory here on this Friday night in Anchorage. They win it 8-2. Another comeback effort in this one. An early lead and some big middle innings. Nate Rolka closes it out. The Miners again win this one 8-2. They win it in the hit category 8-6 as well. 2 errors a pop. And their 4th victory of this young season.
Yeah, handshake line forms, and it is 4 straight wins to start the season. Really clean game played by the Miners in this one. The 2 big innings in the 5th and 6th, they took advantage of some command issues by Jaden Tolliver and took advantage of some 3-baggers by Carter Young and Casey Sunseri. Rhett Mccafferty will pick up the win. Peyton Steers charged with a loss. Michael Yates, RJ Elmore, and Nate Rolka combined to pitch 9 innings and a win for the Matsu Miners.
Howie, I know they need us at the bus here soon, so we got to pack it all up. But before we do that real quick, your player of the game tonight.
I think I'm going to have to go with Casey Sunseri. He picks up the first triple of the year for the Miners. He goes 2 for 5, scores a couple times, knocks in a couple. Casey Sunseri, he's playing all over the field, left field, right field, and tonight at second base. Casey Sunseri, my player of the game. Trey, what say you?
Yeah, it's a good one. I think I'm going to go with Nate Rolka there, coming in and just shutting it down. But really, I want to talk about the pitchers in general. Early struggles as they allow a couple runs in the first few innings, but they bounce back and overall look amazing. Get to see Rhett Mccafferty, maybe my MVP of this game tonight, make an excellent start. Michael Yates coming in on, looking great. I'm going to give it to the pitchers in general here. As the Miners win it 8-2. Again, off tomorrow. Join us on Sunday as we return against the Chugiak Chinooks, and follow us on social media at Matt Miners on Instagram and at Matsu Miners everywhere else. For Howie Boxley, my name is Trey Yanity. The Matsu Miners in this rivalry game on a Friday night have picked up another win. They advanced to 4-0 on the season and will look to keep this hot streak going into next week. Have a great night, everybody.